All right, so just landed in Phoenix. Everything got here. Bag, gun, frame pack is in my big dive bomb bag, so no issues with the rifle, no issues getting any of my gear here, so that's pretty great. We're here at the lot now. This is our rental truck. We went through Turo, T-U-R-O. If you haven't used it, I recommend it. 4x4 2022 Dodge Ram was 400 and I think like 75 bucks. It's under 500 bucks for 7 days. So that's pretty great. If you never used it before, put a lockbox in the window, they send you the keys. So we've got, just landed, got the truck, got all of our gear here. It's about a 4-hour drive to the trailhead. We still have to stop at we still got to stop at the store, grab a bunch of camp food. I didn't pack any food for the flight, so we're gonna run by the store, grab some camp food, head out. Probably no hunting tonight. We're just gonna find a campsite, somewhere to hang out overnight, and then first thing in the morning, I got a couple spots picked out on Onyx. We're gonna hike in and see what we can find. So let's go. For this hunt, I was lucky enough to draw one of the few random tags given out to non-residents to hunt in the southeastern deserts of Arizona. Truth be told, I was not expecting to draw this tag and had to throw plans together very hastily, which is one of the reasons I had to hunt solo in a state that I'd never been to before. All right, so we made it to the unit. Not the start we wanted. Everything went fine at the airport, got the rental truck. It's only supposed to be about a 3-hour drive to the trailhead, and the roads that we were supposed to come down, they were not, you couldn't get a truck down them. So tried the first spot, that didn't work. Went to the second spot, couldn't get the truck down that trail either, so wasn't even able to get to the trailhead to take us into the wilderness. So right now we're hunting off basically the main road. There's ATVs going all up and down this road. Talked to a Forest Service, one of the fire guys. They said everyone pretty much hunts down these main roads on their ATVs. Some of even these trails that are supposed to be foot traffic only have ATVs ripping up and down them. So day one, just kind of trying to figure out the unit. It seems like everybody out here is on an ATV, so we're gonna have to work a little bit to get away from people. The fire guys did give me a couple recommendations of places I could go that ATVs could not get. So don't have enough time to get to them tonight, especially with the way the roads are. I don't want to be driving on these nasty switchbacks, ATV trails at night. So we're hunkered down here, basically right off of an ATV road. We do have a pretty good look up here on this hill. There's Big Hill back here behind us. No one's around us right now, so I'm at least going to glass up this area, get some sleep. It's been a long day, and we'll check these spots out in the morning, see if there's anything here worth going after, and if not, we'll get back up on the road and try to find a way back into the wilderness area. So not the start we wanted, but it's travel day, so weren't really expecting to hunt anyway. It's going to put a dent into hunting on tomorrow, unless we just find something right here off the road. Looks like we might not get back into the wilderness area until tomorrow afternoon at the earliest. So, but we'll unpack our stuff and get after it. We got up to the glassing point this morning. I guess last night on Onyx, looking for a spot to glass. I got a little ambitious, so it was definitely a hike in. These hills are no joke. So, and the trail that was on the map did not exist. So there was no trailhead, there was no actual trail, but we just cut across. We're back in here about, I don't know, 2 miles, which didn't seem too bad, but when you're going over up and down these hills on the rocks, it was not fun. So been glassing for about an hour, haven't seen anything. So just completely quiet, haven't heard any shots, haven't seen any other hunters, despite there being a ton up on the road. So not really sure. We were down low yesterday, didn't see any deer. We're up a little higher now, still no deer. Don't know. So still just day one. I think for now it's going to be just hopping around, hiking in, finding glassing points until we can find a spot where we can at least glass up some deer, start seeing deer. There's no sign in here. You can see a long way from this point, and there's just nothing, at least nothing that I've been able to glass up. So still early enough. We'll probably pop over. We're kind of sitting in a saddle, been looking over both ends. Might just kind of walk around a little bit, still hunt, see if we can glass anything bedded. It's pretty open in here, but other than that, pretty quiet, nothing. All right, so another truck update, because that feels like what this whole trip has been so far, 2 days in. There's one paved road in the unit. This is it. Everybody's just riding their side-by-sides all over this unit. So whether they're on a trail or not, it's really hard to get further back than somebody on a four-wheeler. So the wilderness unit, or the wilderness area we were gonna hunt, I can't get within 4 to 5 miles of it without an ATV. So the roads on Onyx are just, they're not, I can't get there in a truck. So changing plans. Dylan, who we were gonna meet up with tomorrow, he's been hunting in the bordering unit only in New Mexico. So I'm in Arizona, he's in New Mexico, but we're hunting bordering units. So right on the state line. He's been seeing a bunch of deer right on the border. And according to him, the roads are a lot better over there. So we think I'm gonna be able to kind of backdoor our way into the roadless wilderness area by coming through New Mexico. So we found us a road that basically takes us right to the state line. So we got about a 2-hour drive. We're gonna head into New Mexico and then backdoor our way back into Arizona and hopefully get on a deer that way. So I got about a 2-hour drive, should put me there right about dark. So we're gonna camp tonight, hit it first thing in the morning. Tomorrow night, we got a good cold front coming through. Dylan's gonna meet up with us. And then we're probably gonna spend the rest of our time over here, right on the border. So stay with us. Hopefully our next update is from the field and not driving around in a vehicle again. There is a fence. That fence is the Arizona state line. So we just got here, we came down this road. There is nobody else here. There is 3 trailheads that come off of this. There's numerous tanks within a mile of where we're parked right now. Don't know if they're holding water. Dylan was actually camped in this exact same spot but hunting the New Mexico side, and he saw a bunch of deer while he was out here bear hunting. So we're gonna hike in, we're gonna set up camp first thing in the morning. We're gonna hike into some of these tanks. Hopefully this is the start of our luck turning around. We've had just 2 days of gar holes and just 2 days of driving around trying to get away from people. I think day 3 tomorrow, we have finally gotten away from everybody. So Dylan's gonna meet us tomorrow afternoon. We're supposed to get a cold front tomorrow afternoon, so fingers crossed the deer start moving. Fingers crossed some of these tanks have water in it. Hopefully we can get something done now that we feel like we're in a good spot. So this will be the last truck interview until we're loading something up. Just kind of walking along, trying to find something. So there is it looks like on the map there's a high point we're working our way up towards. There's a big canyon, so I'm trying to get up in this canyon where I can glass down in it and across it. The tank, there's a tank behind us. 300-400 yards now that has water in it, so we're not far from where Dylan has been seeing deer. He's going to meet up with us tonight. So, but I'm trying to get somewhere I can glass, so it just seems like it'd be hard to get on one in this kind of stuff. Right here. Oh, all right. We got a buck down. That happened so fast. We've just been walking. We've just been walking this mesa. We got to a point where I couldn't even glass across. Just like the trees, the terrain's getting too tall, so I couldn't even see across. So I was just trying to beeline my way up to this point where I could see down into this canyon, and it's another half mile up, so we had a ways to go, and I was trying to get there before the sun got too high, and we just turned and looked to our left, and there was a buck. I don't know how big he was, but he had a rack on him. I think he was bedded, just laying down under one of these trees, and he was looking right at us. I tried to get everything off real quick. I didn't want to shoot with my pack on, and got set up. Didn't have my stupid scope was not set. I had it on the full high power. So like I couldn't see down the scope. I had to adjust the scope, and then he stood up. He took about, I don't know, 10 steps to his right. I thought he was gone, but it's open enough in here that I just kind of shimmied over, and he just stopped. I don't know why he stopped, because he was looking right at us. He just stopped broadside, and I put one right in his shoulder. He fell straight over. So I want to make sure that I want to grab my pack here. Not much for video. I spent all this time getting a phone scope, a Tactican scope for my binos, and I got the big camera, and all this time dragging tripods and everything out here, thinking I'd be able to sit on a hill and glass and solo. And then Dylan's supposed to be coming tonight. He was going to film. This is only really day 2 of hunting. Day 3 in Arizona. First day was a travel day, so the next 4 days we were going to have a cameraman, but that's just how it worked. He's on his way now. He's got a 3.5-hour drive from Albuquerque, probably 4 hours. So he's on his way out here now. So final minutes of not having a cameraman, but I mean, hard to be mad about getting a deer. I mean, we've never stepped foot in this unit. I've never hunted Arizona. Like I said, the day we flew in was just miserable. We couldn't find anywhere to hunt because of side-by-sides and everything else. Yesterday yesterday wasn't great. We saw a couple does, but just so much pressure, no bucks. Dylan told us he'd been seeing bucks over here, but we were gonna have to drive all the way into New Mexico to get here, and we parked literally right on the border. So we're gonna have to get the brain and everything out of this deer before we take him back across state line. But he's bringing a Dremel tool to do it. So I'm gonna walk up. He's just right here. He was only 70 yards when I shot. Make sure he's still dead. He's not. I mean, he's kind of cool. He ain't a big buck by any means, especially for mule deer standards, but he's my first one. I'm proud of him, and he's got he don't have any forks. He's got a rack almost like you'd expect a whitetail to have, so, but still oh, I'll sit down. My heart's still, I mean, just a cool experience to come to a new spot that, you know, never been to, or using maps, and just to try to even get within shot distance of a deer felt like, I mean, it felt like it just was never going to happen. I know this is only, you know, the third day really of being here, but hunting all day and not seeing much sign, not seeing many deer, just didn't feel great. So this is the first buck we've seen. So this is the first place we've been where there's just not been a lot of pressure. So I'm gonna get this guy. I got the pack full of gear here. I'm gonna mark him. I'll mark this tree so I can find him. I'm gonna pack out to the truck, dump all my gear, come back in here, get this guy quartered out, and start making trips to the truck. I'm gonna drive the truck up the road a little bit. We got that ride from those guys about a mile, and I didn't want to take the truck up that road, but I think this probably warrants it. So that way I don't have to pack this guy an extra mile. So rock on, this is awesome. I gotta go get my camera too. I didn't bring my camera, so super pumped. It's been a great hunt. I didn't get a lot of it on film just because it's been a whole lot of just driving, and walking, and not a lot of exciting, not a lot of deer to even get on camera, but pretty pumped.